Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Christian Nostalgic Podcast. This is Lee.
And I'm Nora. Thanks for joining us for today's episode. So,
Let's
let's
get
get
started.
started.
Hello, and welcome back to the Christian Nostalgic Podcast. I'm joined always by my co host.
Hi, Lee. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great to be here with you.
Yeah, it's always good. It's summertime and the weather's beautiful. It's hot,
Yep.
this is fun.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah.
Today's episode we are breaking down the first ever episode of VeggieTales.
Yes, this is it.
Where is God when I am scared?
Oh, this is the one.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the Steamboat Willie to Walt Disney.
Yep.
This is the first that created the big idea. Got it off the ground. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil Vischer and Mike Naraki's creation.
It is.
On the screen, or not on the screen, but on Christian bookstores around America. 93. This was released.
Yeah.
When I looked it up, I was like, what? That's like over 30 years old.
Yeah, this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this show paved the way for other Christian companies.
Yes.
To try to put their mark on the animation.
Yeah, to use that
world.
3D animation style with the what Pixar did on the big screen in theaters. Mike Naraki and Phil Vischer did. At home.
So
yeah, computer generated Christian biblical, moral show. I mean,
there was definitely a need for it.
There was
back in the day.
There was
something that wasn't 100% biblical, but it had fun.
Yes,
and it told a story along with it.
If it what I grew up with was either sing-alongs.
Yeah.
Either, a host singing Christian songs or Bible songs, or they were Bible stories.
Yes.
I don't really remember.
Ten Commandments or something.
Yeah, let's go through the Bible. Old Testament, maybe some New Testament stuff.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of, even like things we'll talk about later, which I'm looking forward to, like Story Keepers.
Yes.
They still talked about Bible stories, even though they said it with different characters. The goal was to go back to the Bible. So VeggieTales was very interesting because they had those moments throughout their career.
Yeah.
Throughout their episode span. But they would also do other things, either different IPs or adventures like we talked about with Lord of the Bean.
Yeah.
But this was the one. This was the one that started it all. And the groundwork of this one, rewatching it with you, is amazing because this is the format they keep. I mean, you're roughly, other than a few tweaks and changes, naturally the technology gets better.
It does.
But because this is a little rough, compared to, 10 episodes later of VeggieTales. I would even say maybe even, 10 episodes is a different.
I would say. And it's the slow differences.
It is. Yes.
Their trees evolve.
Their trees, lands,
lighting
water.
evolves. Everything just sort of, they don't try to jump too far ahead.
No, you could tell as they got access to the technology and they just started adding it.
Yeah.
Updating little thing by little thing and just embraced their world they created.
Yeah.
And it's pretty amazing to see the change and the circumference. And rewatching this one with you, I had some nostalgic vibes because I don't remember though. I want to ask you a question. Do you remember watching this one a lot? Because I don't remember watching this one a lot.
Well, our church never owned this one in particular.
I think you're right.
We were barely getting into the DVDs as well.
Yes.
The VHSs were still available and widely sold. So, and VeggieTales, by the time that we were watching it in our church, they just flooded the market of
They did.
market
They
and bookstores.
did. Yeah.
So unlike their newer series with 321 Penguins,
yes,
where they put non-numbered episodes where they actually had a 1 through so many.
That's right, they did. Episode 1, episode 2. Yeah, these aren't marked. I had to look up which ones were released, and they're gone. They it's just by release year.
Yes.
They don't list like on the disc or on the on the VHS. They didn't have a number. You're absolutely right, because I thought it was with Are You My Neighbor? We had that one on VHS. I remember watching that one a lot and thinking that was the first episode. For a long time.
Yeah.
But I remember though watching this one way in the past. I don't know if I watched it maybe at another church.
Yeah.
Or at a Bible school, or maybe we rented it maybe and played it at an event, because I remember Daniel in the Lion's Den is a feature in this episode. I look forward to breaking this episode down with you.
Yeah.
But I remember the Daniel one distinctively. But
I believe it was probably shown. We also would go to other churches for like a VBS.
We would.
Other kids groups.
Yeah. Revivals and stuff like that. Yeah, we would go. Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure we watched this in a church basement with other kids, probably somewhere along the line.
Yeah. So this is a classic.
Yeah.
This is definitely a classic.
Yeah. So I think that hopping right into it. Just set up the vibe of Junior watches a horror film equivalent.
Scary monster movie.
A scary monster movie, which we would say is horror film.
Yes.
And then, the mom says, time to go to bed. Already says, I think it's too scary for you. He's already in denial. But he
up
works
the steps. He's denying. He's denying it up the steps as he goes. I'm not scared. Yep. I'm fine.
has a hallucination on the way up that makes me even more intimidated by it, and then
a little worried.
So he works his way into his room, and believe it or not, who falls out of the sky? Not a bird, not a plane, but it's
Bob. I'm a tomato, and I'm here to help you.
Yes.
Plain and simple.
Where's the other one?
And then something pops out of his toy chest.
No, it's a hesitation. He fights for a while.
He does. He can't get the lid off. He must have a child safety lock on. He gets it open, though.
Yeah, he does.
He gets it open, and poor Larry's called a pickle.
Yeah, poor thing.
And then he's like, I'm a cucumber. And then now as an adult, you're realizing, wait, a pickle is a cucumber.
Yeah.
So... yeah.
Same thing.
But
yeah, in all seriousness, they pop out of the sky like Santa Claus, and they really play on a superhero type persona of they experimented with. What if they just showed up and said, we're going to help you with your problems. Like the Care Bears. We're just going to pop up.
The Care Bears, yes.
They just pop up and help you.
Just show up out of nowhere.
So
you need a friend.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So, also,
yeah, and no one just stared down at him and said, where did you come from?
No, yeah. So
we could solve world hunger.
Yeah.
And peace.
So
it could rain. Sorry, wrong. Sorry.
But
back to VeggieTales.
But I mean, he's in denial. Junior's in denial.
He is.
And by the way, voiced by Phil's wife,
Lisa Vischer voiced Junior. Just recently found that out.
Yes.
Which is kind of sad.
And found out he was 5.
Junior Asparagus was 5. That was huge for me. It was worth the rewatch. If nothing else, to hear that and go, oh, Junior's 5. Yeah. That makes so much sense.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so, that was worth it.
And that's the most mature 5.
He's a very mature 5-year-old.
He is a very mature 5. I have talked to 5-year-olds now, and they're not that mature.
No, but let's face it. Characters in movies and TVs are always more mature than their actual. You're like watching the show and you're like, wait, that kid's like 7 years old and he's a superhero?
Yeah, that.
What?
I mean,
so
I mean that
on TV they can get away with it for some weird reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, working with kids in the ministry, I'm like, wow.
That's a mature 5.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, sure. We could all argue that 5 years old would have been the age for him to be scared.
He would have been scared and probably been maybe in a little bit of denial, maybe because he's, maybe to be like,
But
I'm
yeah,
okay.
moving on. They sing him, the jingle.
They give,
They give him that.
They give him some scripture in between.
Some pretty big name drops with Godzilla.
I didn't know what Godzilla was. That's like I would say that's the only thing
especially as a kid. I
didn't know who Godzilla was. I didn't know who Godzilla was or King Kong.
Yeah.
I mean, I would I would say
the slime monster.
The slime monster. I thought of Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Remember that slime creature they fought with so I saw something like that.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh yeah, I kind of know that would make me scared too. Roughly, but I didn't know what King Kong was or Godzilla. I'd say that's probably like the one negative.
Well, as an adult, hear if I hear a kid walk up to me and say all those name drops, it's like, no wonder you're scared at night. You have seen way too many films that are scary.
That's enough monster movies for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, he knows of all those things. It's
he knew him. I think his dad was probably like a old movie, fan.
Yeah.
I guess.
Which we don't even know where he was this whole time.
No, he had no idea. I mean... Yeah, so
we're just going to say he was either with the mom in the kitchen or something like that.
Outside changing a tire, or he could be in the basement or in his office. We have no idea.
We have no idea, but he wasn't watching the film, and he'd be up to see him. He still had his tie on from work.
Yes, and a lot happened. They not only sang the song, they stopped. Gave a little bit of scripture and told them, the message was really good.
Yeah.
Junior was trying to comprehend how big God was. And I thought Bob and Larry handled it well to say, okay, go look at the stars. I mean, he's 5. Realizing that Junior was 5, you're like, the teaching what they taught for a 5-year-old works.
Yeah.
So the message was good. And, someone pops out of their closet from Toledo.
From Toledo.
The actor of Franken-Celery.
The actor.
Wow.
With his makeup still on.
Yeah, it was almost a little black and white, like he popped out of the movie itself.
Yeah.
And just goes, I'm a nice guy.
I'm really a nice guy.
I'm really a nice guy. And then Junior's like, okay, I'm good. I found out God's bigger.
Yeah.
And he created me and loves me. And the guy on the TV is nice.
Yeah.
I'll never be scared again.
There you go.
I wish it was that simple.
I mean,
but
the
that
parents
was great.
they did not have to do anything at all.
No.
It was just like straight up.
Yeah.
Here's the biblical side of things.
Yep.
Here's the moral side of things.
Yep.
And here's the real side of things.
They did bring that angle in, which I thought was interesting.
And of course, for parents, if you've already let your kids see too much, you have to lean on the whole, he's fake, he's really a nice guy, he's really this, and you have to try to give him some peace.
Yeah.
But the downside to that is adults find peace from saying that guy's a nice guy.
Kids don't.
But for kids,
don't care.
It doesn't translate well at all.
No, because you're teaching them not to speak to strangers. So the people on the screen are strangers, and then you go, "Oh, well, that guy, he's nice." How do you know? I looked him up on the internet.
I don't know. So
yeah, I have to agree with you. That's my only. They played on something that unfortunately happens a lot. Kids see things.
Yeah.
It's gotten worse. I mean, Junior Asparagus just stumbled upon an old black and white monster movie, which is harmless compared to the scary movies and horror films of today.
Well, and King Kong and Godzilla as well.
Yeah, I mean the newer stuff's once again more intense, but back then they were just rubber, very more choppy.
But for kids, that's
for a younger
special.
kid that was very, if you were a little more protective, like our parents were definitely a little more. They watched everything, and then would either say no. I'll wait till you're older, or we're watching that with you. That was our parents. That was the three things we were taught. And I have to say, I really respect that perspective. Yeah. And I plan to intimate that. I'm very big on that. Watch it first. Watch it yourself. See if you can handle it. Recognize there's a rating system for a reason, people.
There is.
There's G, there's PG, and there's PG-13. PG-13 means parental guidance above 13 should watch these films.
Maybe.
And the funny part is I wasn't allowed to watch anything PG till you were old enough to watch it. So I was like 16 years old when I watched my first PG-13 movie, because we waited to go all see a superhero movie together. And you had to be over 13. Yeah. And I was ready. I was still kind of a little scared and timid because I was like, whoa, this is pretty epic.
Yeah, I haven't seen a G film in theaters for years, it feels like.
But still, even PG, make sure your kids, watch it first or read some reviews. Plugged In is great. Plugged In by Focus on the Family. Go to their website, look up these films. They break down everything from language to what's in it. And it really helps you because you can rule out so many movies that unfortunately there's one thing if you didn't know. We understand that accidents happen. We've walked into moments where we're like, oh, this is a kid's movie, or this is only PG. Yeah. But that was kind of the point, was what if a kid gets a hold of this old movie that the parents were like, oh, it's just old Frankenstein, it's fine. But it actually scared Junior. Yeah. And so now that Christian perspective has to come in.
So they move on to the final finale of the song.
The repeat, and Junior takes over, right?
Yep.
He did take over.
He completes it, and, that's the sign of completion. Bob looks at Larry. They kind of look at each other like victory. It's accomplished.
They're like Christmas elves. They're gone.
Yeah.
Even the guy from Toledo. Just gone.
It was when he closed his eyes.
So were they ever there?
Which
interesting. Was he dreaming?
I mean, his voice though has never been my favorite.
Yeah.
Junior's voice, so
that's always been your thing with him.
Yeah, the less he sings, the more better.
But kudos for Lisa Fisher, though. I mean, think about it. That was pretty good.
That's hard to do.
That was hard to do, and it keeps the same, singing tempo.
The voice is great.
Yeah.
It's just the singing is kind of like,
it's a talent.
Even as a kid, I was like, okay, but the dad comes in from wherever he was. He finally hears,
something.
The racket or something. And just the dad. Yeah. Not the mom. Not them both running upstairs to see why he's jumping on his bed or singing.
Randomly singing. No other voices were heard in the house. And that pretty much wraps up this first little short, other than,
pretty much. Yeah. And they go right into the silly song from there.
Oh my goodness, the first.
The first one.
The first silly song, yes.
Water buffalo, we guess.
Everybody.
Everybody's
got a water buffalo.
Well. Where's mine?
That's why you need Archibald to come in and just end it.
Yeah.
Just end it and say, with the letters, we're going to get letters. Do you want to deal with it?
And I loved how they kept the cheap, cardboard backgrounds.
The set was perfect.
They just sort of keep with that. They go back and forth, but they make sure,
all you see is his nose.
The props are just, real simplistic. So.
And he sings with a little bit of a country accent.
But
well, it's so cute. It says this is Silly Songs with Larry, and literally Archibald's yelling at him. And my favorite moment was when he said, "Stop being so silly."
Yeah,
and I lost it because it was just like, Well, that's the whole point.
Exactly.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
And the cute part is the song was like barely a concept.
It was.
Really, it was like a commercial jingle.
It was, yeah.
It really was.
And it wasn't like really they just use it to have fun with.
It was just like, I got an idea for a song. I don't know if they used it to warm up in the booth. I don't know what it was. I don't know who wrote it. I think that's what makes it special. I could go back and watch the credits, but it's like I kind of like just going, it's just great. It's so silly.
But yeah, I think
he tried though with the baby kangaroo.
Yeah,
he came back
right at the end. He pops up and got tackled.
Archibald just said stop. So that was sweet. It's not as super memorable.
Yeah,
it's kind of forgettable because it literally kicked in. I went, which one? What silly song is this?
Yeah.
And then the song started playing. I was like, oh, the Water Buffalo song. Okay. You remember it, but it doesn't like resonate. But it's more of a sketch.
Yeah.
Really. So
and
it was
and down the road they theme the poster.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to see what the theme of the silly song is before.
That's true.
They hop into it.
Like Barbara Manatee's holding the manatee with the rose.
Yeah. The hairbrush. He's
in a robe or a towel. Mr. Lunt with cheeseburger. That's great. You're right. They do theme it.
Yeah.
Where because it's going to be, they're going to perform.
Exactly.
It's like a performance. So yeah, that was good.
But yeah, and unlike, and you'll see the newer ones have this that have two parts to the same story. This one has really no break. It has the short, the silly song, and then into almost the main story.
Yeah, they didn't go back.
Daniel, which is
they didn't go back to the countertop.
Yeah, so they never break down what you just learned. They quickly jump you into the next part of it, which is very if you're a long time watcher and you watch this one for the first time, it has a different vibe to it because it has like the it has the scrolling of big idea productions and stuff where you're used to seeing that at the start of a show.
You do like Esther. It has that Esther, I think, has that same big idea productions. The music starts playing and it goes into that because it's a Bible story.
But to have it so later, in the show, and once again, if it's the first one you've ever seen, it's all you ever know.
Yeah, because you're getting you get the Big Idea Productions. It said Archibald Asparagus as King Darius. It says Larry the Cucumber starring as Daniel. And then they start like a drone shot. You start flying basically over this landscape and you get a narrator telling you the Bible story and setting the groundwork. This is pretty interesting. This is very rare for the VeggieTales. The very kind of serious kind of beginning.
And once again, they do a great job of establishing which king is reigning.
Yes.
And it sets up, the arc for Lion's Den itself.
Yeah, they had to shrink and condense down a lot. Because the main focus was to get to the lion's den. Yes. But you had to establish Daniel in the Bible as being this wise dream interpreter. And that was important.
And what better way to tell this tale with nothing but songs?
It is literally Daniel and the Lion's Den, the musical.
There you go.
It is a musical / opera.
Yeah.
And it is very well done because the narrator finishes... and music starts playing.
Very creative.
Archibald the Asparagus comes out and sings, I'm King Darius. And it completely starts immediately with this little whole kind of operatic kind of piece with a song.
Yeah.
And I've had a dream, and...
well, and even the way they animate it is set like a movie scene.
It is.
Like watching it from a stage.
It is. It was like a stage play.
It was like a stage play where the backdrop, that's not that, important.
Yeah, it fades off into the shadows to the left or the right. Yeah,
so, it is. The props were well built.
Yeah.
We get to see, the wise men who like 2 out of the 3 are voiced by Phil.
Yes.
So basically, in that same scene, he's doing like 3.
Because he's doing Archibald as well.
Yeah.
Talk about just staying in the booth. Just click record. I'll do that guy while I'm here. Okay, well.
Yeah.
He doesn't need a highlighter. He is.
He is, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, of course we get Daniel, which is the debut of
Larry.
Exactly.
Larry literally stumbles in.
He stumbles in, hits us.
Hits the camera, and then pulls back his cute little 1-2 smile. Start singing.
Trademark.
Just start singing. My name is Daniel. And you're like, well, there he is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one of his many roles.
Yes.
As iconic.
Yes.
Biblical characters, along with Indiana Jones and so many others he'll play down the road.
Even a superhero.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It could go on and on, but they've thrown him in so many roles by now. So, but his very first.
This was his very first, and I mean, once again, this is an interesting thing for anyone that if you go back and rewatch this is. Mike Naraki's still figuring Larry's voice out.
Yeah.
He actually talks more deeper tones, where then Larry takes on the higher tones from moving forward.
Yeah.
But this one, his earlier years, Mike is still figuring Larry's voice out.
Yeah.
So it was fun rewatching this with you and going, oh my goodness, I forgot Larry. Larry's still, he's working the kinks out and figuring what's a comfortable voice for him as a voice actor, because it's got to be comfortable, or it's going to be a strain for sure.
Agreed. Yeah, it was it was fun to watch. I mean, you get the opening song, you get the what are we gonna do?
That one's my favorite. Oh no, what we gonna do?
Yeah,
the king likes Daniel more than me and you. That one will get stuck in your head for sure. I think
a Scrabble board was mentioned.
Scrabble board, cheese balls, being eaten by a whale. I was like, that happens to Jonah. So. And to throw him out of Babylon. They even name drop. They started dropping like names of cities and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, you got to know your Bible knowledge, because they were plotting. They
harmonize. I mean, as a kid, this stuff goes all over your head.
It really does. The quality of the songs every time they sang,
it's good.
They were affirming like the Disney quality. Yeah, they all could sing. It was Disney. It was Muppets.
It was the birth of their great
oh my goodness,
song empire.
This was great.
Yeah, when you got a good team like that to build good songs, you'll survive in the kid industry.
You will, because the adults too will say that's good quality.
Exactly.
I mean, rewatching Hermie with you, the music was Rewatching this, you're like, that's why VeggieTales. I applaud you. That is why VeggieTales has lasted as long. Because if this was your first moment watching VeggieTales, you were pulled in to go, wow, that song's kind of catchy. you start, humming it, in your mind and thinking that's kind of catchy, even though it's the villain song.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately some of the best Disney songs were written for villains. I'm not a villain. I'm not a villain fan. But the pieces they wrote for like Scar and some great villain songs. This was a fun one because it established the three wise men to be kind of, I don't like Daniel. Yeah. And if I had a choice, I'd throw him out of Babylon. I'd feed him to a whale. They were kind of getting a little dark. And you're kind of listening and I go, what? That's kind of dark for you. Well, they are bad. Well, they are evil.
For kids, it was a good way to explain things that they were talking about far worse.
Yes, in the Bible, when you read the story, you're like, these guys were mean. Yeah, these guys were mean. Yeah,
but we get to see the plot being deployed.
Yeah, another song. The new law was sung. Out to the king. That wooing and cooing, which worked perfectly. Yeah, because the king's just sitting there being sung to. That hey, you're cool. You're special. People should pray to you, and you're like. Yeah, put the song. This works.
Yeah.
This works. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they deal with that, and I mean, of course, we all know. Daniel gets caught, and the wise men take him out on their own backs to
they were
throw
so
him in.
done.
They were so done that they didn't even need the guards. It was like we were done with them.
We're not only done with them, but we wrote the law. We have the power, and if anyone says, "Hey, what happened to Daniel?" Oh, we got rid of that guy.
Yeah, we
threw him. Don't worry about it.
We took him out personally.
No, don't worry about it. So,
which is probably what they would have done back then, actually.
Well, yeah, they were probably.
They were so
you could
done
publicly. Yeah.
With them.
Oh, yeah, that was publicly bringing someone forth to say, he's done this was not uncommon. No. That was literally how justice was served back then. It was, this person robbed from me. Everybody look, at him.
So, they threw him in there. They threw some childish insults.
A lion.
Yeah.
He says, we're not lying. And then he's going to lay on you.
He's going to lay on you.
He's like, lay on you? I mean, mine was funny. Yours was just goofy.
So that was great, but the king,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the king had regret, and ultimately couldn't sleep all night. Biblically, they mentioned, and he ran out himself to check. And
it's impossible.
I love impossible.
It. Archibald, great voice actor. He's in my top favorite characters because it was just like he just has it with that tone that's just like what.
Yeah.
Like we would all be like, he's alive?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lion's den. We haven't fed him or, that was the whole point.
Yeah.
These animals were trained, unfortunately, for that.
So we obviously get where he's saved and, he had pizza. So the lions were well fed.
And then they reference that later in Madame Blueberry. From that point on, it's a pizza. The logo for the pizza company is a lion.
Yeah.
I love that.
But wait, earlier than that, when David
brings pizza,
and the logo is on the box. So they're still in business all those years.
It's still in business.
So
I love that.
So it was great. But
take your brother some food. It's like, ooh, pizza.
Ooh, pizza.
I love that. That's what makes VeggieTales so timeless.
The details, just little small things that take you out of the story, but yet it's a fresh.
It feels like a stage. Like I said, it feels like a play, and the characters almost kind of leave you with that to say, we put on this performance for you.
Yeah. And
if you kind of, you saw mountains back there? Your imagination made it bigger than what we put on. Yeah. That always was great. I love that. So.
But biblically, they did throw the wise men into the lion's den.
Justice was we don't do that for children.
No, but they already had pizza, so they already had a business, so they wouldn't have eaten them either way. Either
way. They chased him out of Babylon in this one. They played a little music and played, and they chased him out.
So overall, we go back to the countertop, and we get to see the first debut of the song, which Bob absolutely adores. I don't think he would have signed off on it if he had known it was existing.
I think that was great because you hear and you're just like, why is it? It does interrupt him while he's trying.
It does.
And for someone like Bob, his character, it works so beautifully.
Yeah.
Because he's standing there, like I said, he is kind of that Kermit the Frog, that host to the show, and he's trying to say, I'm trying to, wrap things up. I'm trying to
So the question is, did Phil actually dislike the song in real life?
Ooh, that would be great. I'd love to. It's a great song. I can't imagine not liking.
Yeah. Was there a line that he either disagreed with?
Well, what was something later on in the VeggieTales arc? Phil plays the role. Bob likes the song for a few episodes, and then just finally one day, I don't like it. Just, I can't stand it. I'm like, phew. Because that actually was upsetting me when Bob started liking it. I was like, okay, it was funny, but something, I don't know. That was the point. I liked how Bob didn't like the song, because Bob's like, I'm trying. It played always at the worst time. Bob was trying to wrap up the episode.
Yeah.
And And so what we have learned started playing.
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
That just bugged him because he was trying to wrap things up. But even though the song was Christian, you know, they're talking, let's take a look in his book.
Yeah.
You know, and see, we know that God's word is for everyone.
Yeah, the transition from the story to that was always...
was really funny. It was this little, like, you know... did they sing, in, like, was it the Ballad of Little Joe? Or Mowing the Big Exit? They did a country version of it.
They did.
That was fun.
They got creative on the QWERTY... things. Either he's playing a video game, or
that was cute.
Or today it was a meatloaf recipe. So they make sure to throw in comedic ideas throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, that was really fun.
So
then we got our Isaiah scripture. You know, do not be afraid. And it was, and they closed it out.
And actually, one of the few episodes would be interesting to see. I think that was the only one where they actually walked off camera, because majority of the time they fade out and they say goodbye, and then it fades out or goes black, because this one caught me off guard while watching it again as an adult, because they said bye and then they both just walked off and it just left a blank screen.
And you could tell the computer, it stilled the shot.
Yeah.
It was really cute, and then it turned black. I was like, oh.
So but I don't think they walk off the screen again. I think it ends with them
I'm looking forward
being in the scene.
To rewatching these with you and remembering, because I agree with you. Did they ever do that? Because I think you're right.
All the ones that I watched, they said goodbye and they fade to black
and goes to the credits.
They never walk off the screen.
Yeah, because they're staying there for the camera.
Screen, yeah,
because it's like a show.
Yeah.
So kind of like when they say good night, everyone.
Yeah.
You know, either the characters will go, or the cast will high five or hug.
Which I applaud the decision of that. So
yeah, that was a good move.
Of them staying on the screen. Yeah. So that one caught me off guard as well. So
yeah.
But overall, great start. Who knew it was the start to a great line of shows that
oh my goodness
have absolutely shaped my childhood and the church.
The church, yes.
It got me through a lot of rainy days actually at the church when it was raining and you couldn't go outside, you know, and what would you watch?
VeggieTales.
You actually had something to watch. So,
you did. I mean,
and
Christmas,
it was actually good.
Holidays would come around like Christmas and Easter. You had VeggieTales specials.
Yeah.
So that made things really fun. I mean, I think we talked about it in another episode, but we literally had movie nights.
Yes.
With VeggieTales. We had a couple where Dad went and bought either one of the latest or one we didn't have.
Yeah.
And we would literally tell the whole church we're watching a VeggieTales episode. And the kids would come and the parents would sit in the audience because, like, it's VeggieTales.
It was a household name for every church goer.
Absolutely.
So.
I mean, the Christian bookstore. I mean, goodness. Was the VeggieTales section.
It was
huge. Ours literally took up the whole back wall. And then it started, as the years went on, bleeding over to the other half, pushing the Bible Man and the other stuff.
Yep, they
slowly
outlived everything.
They did. They outlived it all.
And they live to this day.
Reanimated, which is a little unnerving when you look at them now compared to, that's a culture
But there's
shock.
Different kids now.
There is different kids. I mean, if this aired in 93, so you're looking at 30 plus years later, you got a whole new generation of kids.
To think anything
a lot of kids
Christian
are being born.
To think anything Christian show that is still around to this day is like a miracle in itself.
I agree. It shows the quality.
With the poor budgets that shows like Bible Man God and just poor animation like Hermie God. I mean, you could go through and we'll break down a lot of these shows.
I would even say even real life Christian movies.
Yeah.
You know, I mean the filming process for even a real life Christian film, the quality in most of these is not that good, especially in that time frame. especially in that time frame. This was high quality Christian entertainment. High quality.
Yeah.
This is the Walt Disney of the Christian community, as Phil Vischer and Mike Nawrocki, hands down.
So
hands down.
But with that, we are out of time today. So I'm so thankful to have you on, as always, as my fateful co-host to break these episodes down.
This one was great.
Yeah.
So nostalgic. I encourage all of you to go back and watch it, if not for just a piece of history, to recognize the work and effort that was put for this one, and that how VeggieTales grew and evolved and got better. But this was a classic, and I thank you so much. I really loved watching it with you. It was a lot of fun. A lot of things I missed watching it as a kid. Really enjoyed it now.
Yeah.
And thanks for having me.
Yeah, as always, I hope you all have a great week and stay nostalgic, Christians. Hey everyone, we hope you liked today's episode.
Please like and subscribe. Oh, and don't forget to comment down below because we'd love to hear from you.
Thanks so much for watching us.
Yeah, and so until next time, bye.